You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Oh, hey. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast, Ring My Bell. As you can see, we're still working on bringing it back. But I thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a wild ride. I want to start because I know everybody's been so supportive. I can't bring my bell back and all that stuff, But I was out in the supermarket, get myself an orange, and I seen this lady from CW. I walk over to her. I go, "Yo," I forgot her name. I think her name was Melissa, but I didn't remember. So I called her Becky. I go, "Hey, Becky." She looks over at me. I guess Bell. I get the bell, man. Boom, boom, boom. This is 2 days ago in the market. I was going to the store. I was craving an apple, so I said, "Just go ahead, Belle, go treat yourself." So I see her. I go, "Becky." She works for the CW, so I walk over there. I'm like, "Hey, Doug Bell." She was wants to do the fist bump, because of the whole coronavirus. I was like, "Come on, get over here. We shake hands here." Come on. I gave her a hug. I made her shake my hand, made her shake it. I'm like, this virus, we're gonna beat it. I don't have a mask on, nothing. and so I was like, "What do you think about ring my bell back?" And she goes, "Well, so I'm kind of with my husband right now. Maybe we could talk some other." I'm like, "Cool. What's your number?" You got to be really aggressive. But she said she couldn't because it was a policy. It's fucking, believe me, I'm not surprised. They're so fucking scared of me over there because they know that I'm gonna fucking just blow shit up, take over. But she told me she'd reach out, so we'll see. But I messed up her name. I called her Becky. I was wrong. I remembered in the parking lot. I remembered. But anyway, I was out in La La Land out on the left coast, and it reminded me of I've been thinking about Brittany Spears. Britty's she's a friend of mine, Britty, and I know everyone's been free Britty, and I kind of she would look to me for counsel about the conserving ship, because she was a big Ring My Bell fan back in the days. I seen her one time. She was at some award show, and I'm outside. I could have got in, but I was just that's just so political. I avoid award shows so much. So I'm outside behind the line, and she walks by, and I go something "Yo, Brittany, it's Belle. It's Belle." I'm yelling at and she turns and she looks, and I go, "I did it again." "Oops, I did it again." And she but the security guys just kind of it pulled her away because they probably didn't want her to stand there cracking up, just laughing. It was funny when I said it though, but I was talking to her. I seen her at a coffee shop. She was there having a cup of coffee, and I just started rapping with her. I'm like, the problem is everybody treats her like she's Miss High and Princess Mighty and stuff. But I walk right up to her. I'm like, "You remember me?" I told her the joke I did. And she was like, "Well, I don't." And I was like, "Come on, babe, talk to me about the conserving ship." She didn't want to talk about it. But I'm like, "Talk to me about the conserving ship. Let's see what's going on here." And then she starts walking to her car. Cause I think like she was scared. Like she could tell that like my reputation is like boom, like, fucking stuff just uh you know. So I'm walking with her to the car, and I'm like, we're drinking. This is fancy schmancy coffee. It's like $4 a cup. And I go to her like, come on, babe, we're gonna go to the poorhouse. We're gonna be broke. We're gonna be broke. I was like, $4 for coffee. I'll buy a house, please. She smiled, you know. But I go to her. I go like, babe, like I know you're going home, but why don't me and you why don't we like meet up sometime and talk about it? Because I was like, you could always ask me questions and advice. And then, like, she's sitting there, like, looking for a key. She couldn't find her keys. So, like, I'm telling her all about Ring My Bell, what happened to me. And, like, from the time I was a kid, how I just knew I was going to host a show. I'm telling her all this stuff real quick, boom, 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 just to, like, inspire her. And I go, Britty, you gotta understand. People tell me I inspire them. And then I told her like to ring my bell. I was like, remember the song had the bell with me? I was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, how crazy would it be? Like the fans would go so crazy if me and you did like something together. Like I was joking. I'm like, can you imagine if we went on a date? Like a crazy date. Um, but I told her like the if you seek Amy, I go, you don't, Brit, you can't do that. It's dirty. Your fans don't like that. I'm like, oops, I did it again. And the other thing, I told her like pop songs are cool, but I said if you see Kami, if you see Kami, sounds like you're saying like me. I think that's what I did. I didn't want to say fuck, so I said it sounds like you're saying me. She goes, what? Like she didn't know what I was trying to say. And I go, it sounds like you're saying, and I go, that means fuck, but I don't want to say it. But I'm like, you gotta stop. It's like pornography. It's no good. And I told her it's no good. I'm like, I hate that song. I told her it's fucking trashy. I said it makes you look like you're like, you know, like just not a nice girl. I said like I don't mean to be like. I know coming from me that's probably harsh because again, like I had that following, and she probably thinks that like I'm gonna go out and like badmouth her, but I'm like, babe, I would never trash you or like make you feel bad, but I was like, that conserving ship's interesting because they probably book your plane tickets and like you could probably like if you got to go like to the store or if you want to like order songs on iTunes or something, like you could just get them to like back it up or something, you know. It was cool. Like so I told her she should do it, but I would counsel her because I met everybody like in the business they try to like be sharks and like take all your money and stuff, but I would always in, invest in stuff. But she left. She had to go home. She said she had to get out of there. So I was like, all right, but keep me in mind, babe. We'll talk about it. Like I'll give you some advice. You know, it's so funny too because like coffee is such a bonding like drink. Pretty was responsive though. I think like it moved, but so I told her I didn't like that song at all. The FUCK me. If you see gamey, see, I can't even say it. It sounds like you're saying fuck me. That's not nice. But I seen Tony Cumia, you know, from opening Anthony. I seen Tony Cumia, and he's funny, man. He's got like some good impersonations and stuff. But I see him like he's out there on Long Island, right? He's got like some like race car. He's zipping around town. I go, you know, I'm like, get yourself a rocket ship. You know, he cracked on. Uh, but I go like, I do like some impressions too. I'm like, we ought to do the impression off. We did that on the air one time. I'm like, dude, how epic would it be? Like Bell, Coombs, just doing like an impression off. So I see him one time, right? He's coming out of a strip club, which I don't go into. I told him that that's kind of dirty. But I go, dude, why don't me and you, let's go get ourselves. I said, let's go get a Dunkles. Dunkle Donuts, I always call it Dunkle Donuts just to be kind of funny. So I go, let's go get ourselves a Dunkles. He goes, what? I go, Dunkles. He goes, what are you talking about, Bell? I go, Dunkle Donuts. He cracks up. He goes, oh, you fucking, you too much. You know, I'm a Weisenheimer. Like, you know, I've said that. I told him, like, you know, I'm a Weisenheimer, Combs, you know that. So he goes, wait, come on, buddy, you drive me crazy. I said, let's come on, let's go to Dunkles. You know, I kept saying Dunkles, and he was laughing every time. Like, yeah, he's like doubled over. You know how he does? He's like, he's like hitting the hitting the tire, laughing. Uh, so I said, why don't we just talk about these impressions? Because I do like whoever you do, I'll do. I'm like, but I'll do one and you do one, and then we'll see if people could tell if like the real celebrities here. I was like, I do Ali. Like I met Muhammad and I told him that, right? So I'm like, I do Ali like that. I'm like, can you do Ali? Oh, you I'm gonna knock you out. I'm doing that shit, you know, and we're going back and forth in the parking lot, boom, boom, boom. The crowd gathers around and he does Chucky Heston pretty good. Uh excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Uh yeah, she was in the strip club. So he comes out and he goes, what are you doing here, Bell? So I go, get over here, Tony, you know. And I say, you need to sober up, you know, because, you know, I'm sober as a judge, which is, I know is rare. Like, all right, Bell. Normally I'm not, but today I'm sober as a judge. I had gone out I went and had supper. I had supper with some friends. We just went out and had a nice supper. And so Tony, stand there, blah, blah, blah. And I go, why don't we go? Let's go get a Dunkles. I said to him, we go grab ourselves a Dunkles. He goes, a Dunkel? Bell, what are you talking about? Is that Dunkel Donuts? And I told him, yeah. And he starts cracking up. He goes, dude, I use that one a lot. He goes, I get like, I'm on the Opie and Anthony show, and I get like laughs with the Dunkel Donuts. I'm like, you better give me residuals, you know, baby. And we had a really good laugh about that. Like, he's just cracking up, you know. And I'm just jabbing him with jokes, boom, boom, boom. You know, we're going back and forth in the lot. You know, it's 3:00 in the morning, everybody's gone. It's just me and Combs going back. I'm like, yeah, what about if, like I said, like imagine if like Nicholson is hanging out with like the Joker, but not his Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker. I go, Combs, what would it? So he starts doing the Heath Ledger one, but I do him better, I think. Because I'm like, why are you so serious? You know, like I did the whole evil thing. Like it was pretty cool. Like it was such a good character. Why so serious? And I said, dude, fucking. And then, and then he's doing like this town needs an animal. Like he's doing Jackie, and it's crazy. I'm doing uh, fucking Henry Ledger. It's so funny. Henry Ledger was such a good actor too. It's so terrible they killed himself. But I was doing that. I'm doing like doing now. I got these scars. I do it really funny, and but I'm adding my own stuff. I go, do you want to know how I got these scars? And Coombs goes, how, Joker? And I go, I got hit with a bell, you know. And we're just going back. We're like rehearsing, like what we're gonna do, you know. What we're doing is crazy. And he even says to me, because you're a Weisenheimer, Bell, you know, guilty, guilty. We had fun. We had a lot of laughs and stuff like that. We kept in touch. We would rap on the phone once in a while, boom, boom, boom. And there was a cool, you know, I love Jimmy Gandolfini too. Jimmy Gandolfini, uh, such a good actor. I met him one time. He was at Costco. He was at Costco, and I walk up like, "Hey, It's careful, you might get whacked. I'm yelling at him. He's laughing. I walk over there. I tell him, like, why the fuck they kill Adriana? Like, I had a couple drinks. At this time, I was not sober as a judge. I was, 2 bells to the wind. And I go, why did they fuck? I mean, I was emotional about it. I'm like, why the fuck they kill Adriana? I'm not, and I mean, I'm not even afraid to tell you, start crying right there in fucking Costco. And he's going, hey, he's walking away, But I'm like, oh shit, the mafia man doesn't like it. I started getting like angry, which I regretted. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But I regret like having an argument with Jimmy Gandolfini because he's just trying to buy some items. So I tried making up to him because I was there for dental floss. I get like a lot of dental floss. So I'm buying it, right? And I'm like, Jimmy, come over here, cut in front of me. And he's like, nah. I'm like, come here, get over here, you. I'm like, are you gonna whack me? I'm like, I'll whack you. People starting to look, they're noticing it's him. So he goes, all right. He goes, whatever. He goes, just stop ringing the bell. Like, what are you afraid that both Paulie Walmans are gonna come over? Cracking him up. By that time he's like, he's mine. He's putting my hands, Jimmy. On the way out, walking out, like, why? I just kept talking about it. He goes, don't mention that whole. Their name was Andrea, but Drea. He said Drea. He didn't make fuck up her name. I made a mistake. So I said, why'd they fucking kill Adriana? He said somebody serves this story. And I told him how like I do the impression of him. Did he want to see it? I'm like, dude, just sit down on a bench. So he sits down on the bench. He's sober as a judge. And again, I'm not lying to you. I think I got sick. I'm not proud of that, but I got sick. Like I start doing the ducks. Where's the little ducks? And I said duck. And I got sick. I got sick. I got sick on his shoe. I shouldn't have told that story. It's not a good story. It's sad because then like I regretted it because he ran off to Italy probably 4 years later. Runs off to Italy 4 years later after that. And I'm like, did I set him into a bad mood where he had to go to Italy and reset? Did I do the I just didn't know. But anyway, listen, I just wanted to kind of talk. I'll tell more. I got Jimmy Gandolfini stories. I got a couple of them. But just that's one right now, a little tester. Taster story. But anyway, listen, thanks for tuning to the Bellcast, and fly wild and stay gold. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell.